So, to kill or not to kill black male infants or embryos, that is the question. Now, I'm getting messages left and right from black men and women wanting to know my opinion on this narrative. If you've been watching some of my lives and some of my videos, we've touched on this subject before, but let me make a video specific to the subject matter, or whether or not I am in agreement with black women saying that they're not going to have black male children. Let me let y'all know that I, for one, don't give a fuck, okay? And let me explain why I don't give a fuck about the narrative. I feel no type of way about it at all, okay? It's something that's creating some panic, some discourse. I'm not the type of black man that's going to look out here and know for a fact that this is not the majority of black women aren't talking like this, and thus it's not a real issue for me. And even if majority of black women was talking like this, it still wouldn't be a real issue for me, because I understand that there is no amount of yelling, screaming, cussing, complaining that's going to change a black woman's mind once her mind is made up. What do you think you're going to change by yelling, screaming, and cussing? That's a fool's errand, okay? I feel no type of way about it whatsoever. We have to learn how to let black women process however they want to process things. Doesn't matter whether you like it or not, whether you agree or disagree. It's not a space for you to even be giving your opinion. That is a space that's specifically for black women to express how they feel. And that's okay. It has to be okay, because there's nothing you can do about it. And maybe that feeling of powerlessness is causing you to get in an uproar, but sit down, have a seat. If you're going to be listening to these types of conversations, which I would argue that you shouldn't even be listening to these types of conversations, but if you are, stand down, have a seat. What I see happening based on this, we already got more women than men out here as it is. If women are going to change that number even more, where they're going to have black, female children, they're going to do that. They're going to give birth to black women. Then what's going to happen is the numbers will continue to be on influx. Their black daughters will not be able to get a black man if that's what they decide that's something that they want. They will be turning to lesbianism or turning to the caves. Okay? They'll give birth to a male or female child with the caves, because the only person that's being wiped out is the black man in this equation. Every other man on the planet is great. He's special. He's doing whatever he's supposed to do. He's a fantastic motherfucker. Okay? The black man is the only one that needs to be eradicated. Okay. So the daughter will then lay in another cave. And then you have the blackness gone from their family lineage in 2-3 generations. Okay? It's going to be all right. If that's what black women want to do, let them do it. Let them do it. We're talking about increase in lesbianism, or maybe even poly will increase at that point. I mean, I don't know, but we're talking about an increase in lesbianism, possibly an increase or influx in poly lifestyle, and genetic annihilation as far as blackness is concerned, as far as melanin is concerned. Okay, let them do that if they feel that's necessary. The only thing that can happen in this situation is for them to see the outcome, and either whether it's a favorable outcome for them, if they believe that, somehow that, other men, whatever, or more women, whatever, let them think that, man. Let them believe that, and let them see what that is going to lead to. It is not for you to come in and be emotional about, black man. That's not your place, black man, especially if you're claiming that you are an alpha. If you're an alpha male, then you're able to hear a woman say whatever she got to say in whatever way she want to say it, and be like, okay, cool. That's the ability of an alpha, not to get just as emotional, or just as erratic as a woman. Ain't no need for that. Ain't no need for that. Now, I know there's a lot of pseudo alpha shit going on out here. But if you are truly an alpha male, then you allow space or let women talk amongst themselves. Let them talk amongst themselves. If they've gotten to the point where this is how they feel about black men, then there's nothing you're going to be able to do about it. There's no amount of online typing, all caps, name calling, all that shit will just be them being able to then take what you said and say, see, look at how these niggas be acting. There's no point in all that. So stop doing it. You should be ghosting these conversations. Your presence isn't necessary for these conversations to be had. This is how black women feel based on their personal experiences, things they see within the media, things you cannot invalidate. So let them have this opinion, if this is the opinion that they want to have. Y'all got to stop trying to control black women by yelling, screaming, and cussing. Not going to work. And if you know anything about black women, you know damn well that's not going to work. If you study them like I have, you wasting your breath, bro. And the messages I'm receiving, hopefully this covers all the messages in one fell swoop. I don't give a fuck what they talking about. That's fine. It's okay. I'm here. I have sons. So let these women say whatever they want. If they decide to go on this path, that's fine. Let them see what the results of this path is going to lead to. That's okay. Stop yelling, screaming, cussing, name calling to try to get them to acquiesce to what you think they should be saying. Ain't no point in that, bro. No point in that whatsoever. Okay? Hopefully this is not something I'll continue to have to rehash. People will keep asking me about, because then I'm being put in a situation to be kind of forced to care about something, and I don't even see the big deal. I disagree with it, but I'm not going to argue with them. I'm not going to argue with anybody about that. That's not something I'm willing to argue about, because I understand it's a fool's errand. And you have to understand it's a fool's errand to argue about this. Let women feel however they want to feel. Let them react to what they're seeing. Let them come up with solutions on their own if they feel as though they need to come up with solutions on their own, because black men aren't coming up with solutions at all. So let them come up with their own solutions. And if this is one of the solutions they come up with, let them practice it and see what it leads to in a couple generations down the line. See what happens. See what comes of it. There's nothing wrong with that, black man. Calm down. Okay? It's going to be all right. And the more videos you make, the more comments you leave, the more they're going to use that to justify why they feel the way they feel. Imagine if you weren't there at all. Imagine that. Imagine if you're nowhere near those conversations. You're not listening to those conversations. You're not taking those conversations into your spirit. Imagine that. Because you don't have to. You don't have to do that. You don't have to be around for any of that. And stop reacting emotionally. And you're here. Your life ain't been cut short based on this. And good chance whoever you end up being with, you'll know whether or not she thinks this way. So it's not like you're being forced into a situation where you're dealing with a black woman who thinks this way and you don't know anything about it. You're not being forced into this situation. So stop acting like you are. It's looking real crazy. Ain't nobody forcing you to deal with a woman that thinks like this, or a woman that has this type of rhetoric, or a woman that agrees with this type of rhetoric. Nobody's forcing you to be with those women. At all. So stop acting like that. And stop making such a big deal out of it. If you let that conversation fade, let them be, let them talk, let them do whatever they want to do in that conversation, let them act however they want to act from that conversation, let that happen. You got to chill though. And I would advise black men to chill a whole lot more than we actually do. Because I see some of the comments I see, I'm getting the messages like, chill out, man. Stay calm. It's going to be all right, man. I promise you it's going to be okay. We can't react emotionally to these things. We have to be calm about shit. And if you have an opinion like I did. You didn't just now hear me say, well, I hate all black women ain't shit because of it. No, I'm not going to do all that. Ain't no need for all that. Ain't no need for none of that. None. Okay? So that's all the fuck I wanted to say, man. Hopefully y'all won't keep messaging me about this after y'all see, here's what I think. And we'll be able to move on and continue to grow as people. And the people who've decided to, have these opinions, let them do their thing. Everybody that's out here, that's black folk, y'all know we're not gonna all have the same ideas. We're not gonna have the same paths to black liberation. We're not gonna have the same methods, the same ideologies. Y'all know that. Y'all know that's not what's gonna happen. So let them do this. My prediction: increased lesbianism and genetic annihilation. I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. But I'm here. I got a chance right now. So I'm not going to waste my chance in life arguing with women who think this way. That's a waste. Y'all, we waste too much time. Okay? That's all the fuck I want to say. Shout out to Team Rob. Y'all already know what the fuck it is. Black first, second, and third. And we not talking like that. So we can't worry about the people who are. Okay? Y'all comment if you feel need to comment. Like, share, subscribe. I'm out.